Beautiful. Oh, yes. Hello, my name is Esther Sanchez, Sales Director with Mary Kay. We're so happy here today. We're actually going to go ahead and do a class today on contouring and defining. So you'll notice that there's a little bit of a difference down the middle of my face, although there are two items that are missing on the side that has everything on, that you'll see a little bit more dramatics going on there. But so many times we see videos on YouTube, and I don't know about you, but sometimes they look a little scary. And so today, one of the things that we're going to do is hopefully just give you like a sense of calmness and relief that you can do this. And I'm going to be completely transparent here with you. This is not necessarily like my go-to class. But when Ari said, will anybody volunteer? Nobody was volunteering. And I said, you know what? We never shy away from anything because that is how we learn. And I said, I'll do it. I'll be that person. I will do it. And so that's why I'm here with you today, because I said, I'm going to do this. And what I love about the fact that I volunteered is that you've seen very young ladies, which is wonderful because we had our MJ last week. And then on Thursday, we had Christina. And now you're going to get to see from a lovely young lady that'll be 58 in 3 months. And so there's some little things that I approach a little bit different. That's the great thing about watching Thursday and Monday, because the approaches can always be a little bit different and you can learn something new. So let's dive right in. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see that today, obviously, we have 4 classes that we've been going through. And tonight we are at the bottom left, and it's coming up right now. Don't worry. We're at the bottom left of this beautiful quadrant where you see Contour and Define. And these are some of the products that I'm going to be talking to you about today. All right, just to let you know, I wanted to start with that. And then we're going to move to our very first slide, which is all about your face. Let's talk about contouring, because a lot of times we'll say, oh, contouring and bronzing, the same thing. No, they're not. Really, when we're going to use a bronzer, it's almost to give our face like a sun-kissed glow. Like we use it where the sun hits, maybe center of forehead, top of our nose, top of our cheeks. Contouring is a little bit different because what contouring does, it actually brings depth and, believe it or not, a softness and evenness to our face. And like it was said earlier, we can definitely shave off a little bit of pound, and all of that while we're doing this. So the first thing that you want to do is really find out, what shape does your face have? What shape? Mine is basically an oval, and you can see it more now because I went ahead and shed a few pounds. It looked a little bit rounder before, but my face is basically an oval where you see that it comes down and you've got the chin and this coming in here. Now we also have a round face. We have a heart shape where maybe the area of your cheeks already stand out a bit. All right, that's your heart shape. It's going to stand out right here. We also have a long face, and where it's long, but it's not oval. It's fuller on this area right here. And then we have the squared face where perhaps your jawbones right here come out a little bit. If you already know what shape you have, or you think you do, let's put it on the chat. Let's see some of these shapes that you think you have of your face. Let me see some of these shapes on our beautiful chat. Just type it in for us. Just type that right in. I love it. Delicia says, oh, it's going so fast that I see oval, round, heart, long, oval, long, round. I see Stacy, Ibelis, who are here at the end. Okay. Lillian, who is oval. That's great. I love that you all communicated. Selena's oval. Tiffany is round. All those came in and they just whoop, went right through. But that's great. So what we're going to look at today, we're going to be looking at this is like a little cheat sheet here on the side, because the key brush is going to be your cheek brush. That's the key brush for everything. You're going to see me use it in just a minute. But I love it because it is angled. And so that's what we're going to be using. And so you're going to see me use for our bronzer, for our contouring, I'm going to be using latte. All right, just to let you know. For the highlighter, I'm going to be using glazed. And then for my cheek color, I'm going to be using Shy Blush. And you'll see why I chose Shy Blush as we continue. But let me go ahead and stop the share here so that you can see this application. So look at the brush again. This is our brush for the cheeks, but you notice that it has an angle to it. And what's wonderful is that this base here of the brush, we're going to use for our contouring color. We're going to use it for that latte color. All right, just to let you know. And then the middle of the brush is going to be for our blush color, which is Shy Blush. And then the top rim of our brush is going to be for our glaze color, which we're going to use for highlighting. So we're actually using one brush for all three things. Now, I told you that and I'm not going to use my glasses, but I do have, and I put it right next to my computer, I do have a mirror because I can see myself better there. You know, the older eyes. And so I wanted to see, but I'm working off of my beautiful compact, which many of you know. If you're a customer, you may not know this, but if you are a consultant, you know that our compact is magnetic. And so I'm going to pull one of these out. I'm going to see, I just took out our contouring latte right here. And you're going to see how it pops right in there. And you see, nothing falls because it's magnetic. So I love it because you can go ahead and design your own. I know I love this compact as well, Brooklyn. Absolutely. And so I've got my latte here. I've got my glazed. I've got my Shy Blush. And then I have some colors as well on the side. This is a great on-the-go compact. Look how beautiful that is. I love it because we always say, oh, it sings to us when we open it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to go ahead and begin with our contouring color. So I'm going to use this part of our brush, and you're going to see that I'm going to go right on it. Let me see if I can angle that. Oopsie, where you can see it. I'm going to go right on there so that you can see I'm actually hugging. Notice how the color, you see the color? How that color just came on to my brush. You can see that. Now I have an oval face, and don't worry because those flyers that you saw, if you're a consultant, they're all under our classes. So you can find that there. And if you're a guest, don't worry because your consultant can definitely have a meeting with you, whether it's in person or virtually, and they can share with you and you can figure out exactly, if you're not sure right now what the shape of your face is, you can definitely see that. So you can see I already have bronzer on for, it's usually right here below that cheekbone, and you're going to see it starting to go on. I'm going to get a little bit more color here so that you can actually, you see that? And you notice that I still have about 2 fingers from my mouth. And I basically started here and worked out. Why? Because everything now is about lifting. Look at how my cheek, if you look at me right now on your screen, you can already see the change on this side of my face that had no makeup. Look at that. You can already see I'm going to get a little bit more. Never be afraid of color. And notice how I'm going black back and flushing that color back from about here, 2 fingers away from my lips, back into that area there. And you can already see the difference, right? Can you see the difference? I love that. So now I'm actually going to the center. I'm going to go ahead and do my cheek color now. And I'm going to go to the center of my brush, remember. So I'm going to come here to my cheek color. And you're going to see the color. Look at that right on the center. You all see the cheek color on the center? Yes, right? Beautiful. And now For an oval face, it talks about putting it on the ball of your cheek, just to let you know. And I'm going to actually start here. So the heavier color is here. And then I'm going to bring it forward a little bit and kind of put that together. And you can see that my cheek now, both sides are starting to look like one another. And so this is the blending is what does that magic. So many times we're afraid of color, but notice how always working up and out. Like when we do our skincare. By the way, let me say something really quick before I continue. My face was already prepped. I had done my day cream. Actually, I do lifting serum first. Lifting serum, day cream, my eye cream is on. And because we had already done the eyes class, then also I want you to know that I had already prepped my face with my concealer for the under eye area, which you'll notice is the same on both sides. But there you go, ladies. Here we have, and now I can just kind of, bring that look together. And you can see that going on already, how my face is already starting to change, which I love. And we'll go back a second to that screen, but now I want to show you a little bit of the highlighter. All right, so now remember, we're going to that top portion of our brush, and I'm going to go over to my highlighter, and I'm going to pick up my highlighter and look at my highlighter. Do you all see the highlighter? Right? Yes. Now what I'm going to do for most of them are going to have, and I usually turn my brush actually a little bit on this side, like almost an upside down right there, so that I can use it. And it goes right, if you notice, I have a little shimmer right there. I think that you can see it where the other cheek, and now I'm going to put it over the top right there, right above now you'll see the shimmer on both sides. And that one was a little bit low, so let me kind of even that out. But you can kind of see that shimmer. Now for an oval face, it also tells you to put some of that shimmer. So I went and picked up some more in the center and down here, right here at your chin area. So you can put a little shimmer there. Now, of course, you've seen people use it in this area of the nose, especially if you want to give a more prominent, want to make that a more prominent feature on your face. If you want to thin out the nose, you can put some here as well. And some of that contour on the sides of your nose, because that'll thin out. What happens with a contouring color, remember I told you it defines, it actually gives the optical illusion of bringing in things. That's why we put it here to lift our cheekbones. That's why you can put it here to thin out your nose. In some cases, you'll see for some of the other face shapes, like the heart shape, the actual squared, they put it here and here, the contour, as well as on the sides of your face. And I'll show that to you now, but I'll tell you something else. You may notice if you look at it that this has a little bit of a lift here if I'm straight, and this does not. There's a little, you can see like a little chisel here, and you don't really see it here. Well, I'll tell you what happens too. I know that I have an oval face, but I've also over the years gone up and down a lot on my weight. And so what's something else that I do? I go ahead and I apply it right here to this area. And so that's where you can also see. And then I sweep it so that it's nice and even, but I do it right here because then you have the come up of both sides. Let me go really quickly back to that flyer, and that will take us to our next section. So let me go ahead and share my screen again with you. So again, you'll notice that here, like see in the forehead and chin, the highlighter, the cheek colors, the bronzers. And like I said earlier, if you look like at the round face, you have here, you have the contour, and you have the contour up on the sides of the forehead, and you have the highlighting in the middle, and you have it at the chin as well. Now look at the heart shape. Look at the heart shape, which is right in the middle. The heart shape has your contour, has your cheek color, but behind the cheek color, it has some of the highlighting. It has the contour on the sides here of the forehead, and it has the highlight in the center of the forehead, but not in the chin, because that's already something that's elongated. And contouring will give depth, highlighting will bring things out. That's why the tip of the on the forehead, on the chin, will make those areas stand out more. Top of the blush color will make the heighten of the cheekbone. So that has to do with your contour and defining. You contour, we contoured today with the latte, and we highlighted with the glazed, and they provided more definition to the face. Now let's look at this great chart here. This great chart, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it, also gives you the different colors. Like you'll see that Shy Blush is under ivory. I can sometimes really use the beige as well. I've used Hot Coral and Juicy Peach, especially in the spring and summer. And then maybe the Golden Copper, I might use more in the fall. But I can use anything in the top row anytime because those stand out more for ivory. If you have bronze skin, you'll see that they have the Hot Coral, the Wineberry, the Golden Copper, and the Desert Rose. So don't worry, because like I said, if you're a consultant, you have these, and if you're a guest, your consultant will share them with you. So let's talk a little bit about our eyebrows. Actually, wait, eyeliner first. Am I right? Yes, eyeliner first. So this was one of those things that, of course, worried me a little bit because I don't like to tug at the eye because tugging makes you older. We have a great set of eyeliners. We have brand new eyeliners, and you're going to love them because they're super creamy, super smooth. They're waterproof. I'm going to show them to you today. Super excited. But I want to highlight something that I saw Christine highlight on Thursday. If you notice in the almond eye, the round eye, and the wide set eye, and I'm making it a little bit bigger, they all start a little further in. None of them start right in at the corner of the eye. Especially for the wide set, look how far off that starts, right? And then the wide set and your almond both have a little tail to it, and your round eye just ends right there, just to let you know. Now, aside from our brand new eyeliners, we also have a beautiful liquid pen that's waterproof, and we have a gel as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop that share. Let me take this back to size, and I'm going to stop the share so that you can see me apply my liner. And these are our beautiful liners right here. I put two blacks together. Here we go. These are our beautiful liners. And what I've loved is that for years, I've had my customers ask me for blue. And there we go. There's the blue, the black, the brown, and the steely, which is like a silver color, just to let you know. So we have those fabulous, and they're super creamy. They're delicious. And what's better is that they're waterproof. I love that. So I'm just trying to make sure that I select the right one because one is in use and the other one is not. So I had two blacks together. So I want to make sure that I'm using the correct black one here. There. So just pulled out those glasses. And you'll notice in my eye, I didn't start right at the corner, just so that you know. And I went ahead, and mine does end, sorry, wrong eye. Mine does end right there. I did not do a tail, and I'll tell you why. I love the tail, and you can, but my eyes, my actual lid is a little bit different now that I'm older. And so sometimes that tail is not as becoming. And you're going to see as I put it on that I actually will do some dashes here. And you can do it that way as well. So don't be afraid. But you notice how I started here, and I start low because I want it to be like almost like in my lash, on my lashes. And then I start to lift off to make it a little thicker at the end, and then I can fill in where my lashes are. And don't worry, if you don't do it perfect, it doesn't matter. Oh, I did the same eye. Isn't that funny? People, you have to correct me here. Remember, I'm older now. I'm doing the same eye. I was saying, why doesn't my eye look different? So you can see as I go out, okay, to the end of my eye. One of the things that I love about this eyeliner is how smooth it comes on. I love that because it feels super smooth. And I'm actually going to come back in this way, make sure I've got the corner.
You were just making the other one extra sexy. That's
I know, right? I know. That's exactly what I was doing. Thank you, Adriana. Making it super duper sexy. And I try not to tug. And if you notice, one of the things as you see me put it on is if you look at this pinky, look at how crucial this pinky is while I'm doing it. It actually serves as my anchor. It helps me keep my hands steady. If you need to do a little tug, it's okay. But now you're starting to see the similarity in both of them. Am I right? And something that I also love that Christine did on Thursday, she said, you look younger. There's a little difference still left if you bring it in right here at the corner. And so I love that. And at that corner, that's where I did like a little heighten kind of a thing. And there you go. Nice and easy. Gosh, it feels so good to get past the eyeliner. I was so worried. And look at that. But one of the things that I loved, I will tell you that as directors, we were able to get our eyeliners. We got them before. Thank you so much, Stacy. We got to get our eyeliners before we went to seminar. And it was so exciting because I took mine to seminar and I said, you know what? I'm going to wear it on awards night because I go up a whole bunch of times. I'm going to be moving. I might even sweat a little bit. And I want to make sure that this does not run in any way. It doesn't run. It was like, I look glorious the whole night. And it was like, I love it. I always love to put it to the test. I love to put it to the test. That's super important. Yes. Oh, don't worry, Brooklyn. If you look at my eyes are hooded as well. I love you said that. We're going to talk about our eyes, and there is a slide. I don't know if it talks about the shape of the eyes, but when we did eyes, they did talk about them. We have the wide set. I always tell people if you can fit two eyeballs in here, then you have the wide set eyes. Some people have standard eyes, and so you see everything of their eye right here. Like you could see MJ's, you could see Christine. Mine is a little bit different because if you look at I'm looking straight at you. If you look at like this area, the lid of my eyes, when I look straight at you, it gets a little lost if you notice. So I usually carry like my eyeshadows and everything a little bit above that area, but I have that. So don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. Let me share my screen again for you. So that was all about our eyeliner. And now let's go to our brows. You know what? You can go to a house and there isn't a single frame up. It's like it feels like it's bare. And what I love about what you do with your eyebrows is that you actually go ahead. Oh my gosh, 2 minutes. How can that be possible? That would be impossible. Okay, I'm going to rush a little bit. They frame the eyes. So first, I'm going to stop the share. You'll get all of this information. Don't worry. I'm going to take you through it. Here we go. So I am that person that uses both. I use my brow pencil and I use the tint. So for eyebrow, this is the one, let's see, this is the one I'm working on right here. You want your eyebrow to go here. This is where it begins. You want it to end here. I had to put a little extra shading in this one because it's a little shorter than that one. And then the height of your brow is, if I look straight, it's actually over here. If I look straight ahead, because it's the corner of my eye. You see that there. And so that's how you measure the eyebrow. And I use the pencil. And what I want you to know is that you don't have to press hard. You're literally going to feather. But I have a little empty space right around here that I fill in. And I will tell you this brow is naturally higher than the other one. So you can see I'm just gonna feather in a little bit because it's a little higher. I gave a little height to this one right around here. I give it a little height and I extend this right here. And so this one, all I do is fill in the bottom and I just color it in because the thing is that this brow is naturally lower than the other. That's just the way it is, people. So I love to do the pencil first. And then because I don't know about you, my brows, I love them. And this comes out with a lot, our brow tint. So normally I'll tap it right here to take a little bit of that out. And I'll do this with the bristles. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we have seconds. And then I do this to it. I do this to it. What time is it? Gosh, we be here
You're
up
doing
to
great. 15 seconds. You got this.
50 seconds. Okay, 15 seconds. So then what I do is with my concealer with the liquid brush, I go ahead and I clean the edges here just to let you know, okay? I clean.
Right. Oops. Talk later. Hi, Rosie.